Happy Wednesday, everyone. And thank you for tuning in to Beyond the Dating Apps with myself, CJ. Firstly, I want to say thank you to everyone as per the comments and new subscribers and conversations that are happening as a result of me chatting to you for 20 to 30 minutes every week is amazing. I'm glad I'm making a difference. There's this kind of like changing the world one bit at a time that I really want to shout out to. There's also been some messages where optimism and not all doom and gloom has been removed from people. So I want to shout out to those people that are just having a little bit of hope. I, as last week, explained that there are some dating coaches. There always has been dating coaches under fire, but currently there is a dating coach under fire, and as a result of that happening, I wanted to sit back and see what was unfolding from this, and it kind of resonated with the fact that since 2024, which is when I started the agency and the single coaching and the singles nights, LGIO dating is when founding that was when I started to see how many people are claiming to help people in areas of love and, you know, introductions and introducing people and helping them be better in dating are actually fakes and money grabbers. And it broke my heart. It really did. And I've actually worked with some of them and I've done courses with them. And it's not until you start like opening yourself up to people telling you their stories that you really hear how many people have put a lot of money and a lot of time and a lot of hope into dating coaches and dating agencies. So I, after, where are we now? We're in September 25. I felt that an episode to give you a heads up and a warning if you are going to hire people to help you or join a dating agency, which I recommend, but make sure you're joining the right one. So this whole episode I felt was necessary. And then being aware that people are being conned and out of their money and their heart really kind of upset me further because I chose to be in this field. And personally, I feel like I'm already in a position, a job role that I put myself in that's super difficult because of the environment. And then when you add, these con artists or crooks or whatever we want to call them, sharks, to the scenario, pretending to be someone to help, it makes everything about my job role so much harder. So why not give you everything? Because then you've got a heads up and you can start spotting the fake agencies and the fake dating coaches and choosing the right ones if you want to. Okay. I wrote here that dating's hard enough without sharks circling your heart and your bank account. And this is where it comes from. I've had clients come to me and tell me they've paid thousands of pounds to UK dating agencies and dating coaches that claim to give you the confidence to pull women or introductions to people that will lead to a long-lasting relationship. And it was all empty. So it was about me looking into it and having my own experience with these agencies. And I actually have managed to retain money from agencies in the UK that are currently, that have conned clients of mine. So it's out there. And what I thought would be best is to give you some hard facts. And I'm aware I've said 15, 20, 25 minutes max for this episode. So we're going to jump in. But what I thought was best is to give you some facts, because unless you know about this, you're probably thinking, no way. The amount of money in this industry is insane. And it's easy because people are desperate and people will pay for love. So are you ready? Strap in. UK, there are around 441 to 452 dating services slash agencies operating in the UK in 2024 and 2025, generating an industry worth approx 400 million and growing. Romance and dating related fraud, I'm not talking out my ass here. There is they've got between 2020 and 2024, there was nearly 40,000 dating fraud reports. And we know the AI has stepped up. We know that you've got women getting scammed by young men. We know we've got women scamming men. We've got everyone scamming everyone, but a lot of bots, obviously created by a human. And the amount of money from just 40,000 people declaring fraud in dating has cost the victims about £409.7 million. And we know with stats, we can take them and leave them, and we know they're not exactly accurate, some higher, some lower. But however we address this, and that's from claims media, however we address this, that's a lot of money. And that's a lot of money from people working really hard and believing that they're putting their money into something that's going to benefit them, and a service that is being sold, being given. And that's not the case. Greater London alone logged over 5,168 reports in the last 5 years, and Greater Manchester battered at over 1,180,000 reports. So it's happening everywhere, and it would make sense it happening more in London because there's so many dating coaches in London and agencies. There's so many, and you're paying top dollar for this stuff. Okay. I also, just to drop some context, which isn't, I haven't got any facts for you here, but I do want to make you aware that the agencies do share your profiles. They're all kind of in cahoots. I'm not saying all, but I'm saying most of them will be in cahoots with each other and passing your details along. Okay. So I'm not just trying to scare you into worrying where your money's going, but I want this to be a eye-opener that it's happening, it's costing us a lot of money, and it's working. They are obviously conning us, because look how much money has been put into this. So please know, this isn't me making this up. This is an actual issue, and it's only going to get worse as I believe AI gets more involved. Well, we use AI more. So yeah, as for wrap that up, I also wanted to dive in of why this became so personal for me. I mentioned it at the beginning that I have had clients that have expressed that they've been mugged off by different agencies and they weren't given what they were promised and all of that. And I thought, why not give you some of the information that I've learned and share that with you. So currently to date, I've retained around £8,000 for 3 different clients. They were missold services, ended up with nothing, obviously. That's why they were with me. And then I got the cash back. And I didn't do much to get the cash back. Nothing really. I made a few phone calls and asked a few questions, and that seemed enough to scare people into moving and returning people's money. So it showed me in that moment of ringing 5 different agencies that they know they're a scam and they're scared. So please call people out, call these agencies and these coaches out, because it didn't take much. I am very aware that, and they'll label them as actors, but they are just humans, are being paid by agencies to go on dates with members. So For example, a member may have paid £3,000 for 6 introductions or 6 dates, and 5 to 6 of them could be with someone the agency has paid. So even though the date would have 100% gone well, there's no hope. That's misleading people. Unless they know it's a practice date, you're misleading them. Please be aware of this. And I would say how to find this out is have a little stalk of people. They do send profiles, so have a little look. The other thing I really have noticed, again, I only got into this in last year, is the profiling that the agencies are doing for people are very fluffy and very templated and very much like, oh, this is a lovely person. And the, template side of things has been mentioned by a lot of people to me. So I thought I'd mention these things where just pay attention, ask to see a profile of someone to see if you like how they word stuff. Ask about previous people that they've successfully matched or has successfully gone on dates. You should be able to have these testimonies that are legit and not just copied and pasted. So it's just something there that I've personally dealt with and thought, why not shout out to you guys? Also, rolling into this, I really thought, what can people take away from this? And it's, if you are going to sign up to an agency, it's to read, and I know it sounds boring, but to read the policy documentation, because their wording, they're clever. They're clever. So when it says introduction, which it normally will say, again, an example, £3,000 for 6 introductions. Now, typically, for someone that doesn't want to, con anyone out of money or mislead anyone, or like with a rational, moral brain, that shouts to me, I'm going to meet 6 people. No, it doesn't. No. What I have seen is that agencies are counting a PDF document being sent to you as an introduction. Gosh. So please be mindful and check the policy wording and even ask the question, what does an introduction mean? And what does that entail? Does that mean meeting a human, or is that you sending me a profile? Ask the question. When they say guarantee, please ask them, guarantee of what? Happiness? Dates? Clarity? Please clarify what they mean by guarantee, because again, it's a buzzword. It looks very nice, and I feel we can get lost in that. The words, and I've used them myself. I have used them myself because I was trying to get a message across. However, premium/bespoke, especially in London, we are seeing agencies that are, it's just to enter, you're looking at a £1,500 entry fee. And that doesn't always mean better, and I feel like, again, it's the language. We do associate premium and bespoke with higher quality. Marketing knows this. So please, again, check what is bespoke about the company. What is the bespoke thing that you do for your clients? And I thought, just check them, just let you know. I want you to check what they mean when they say these things. The next section is more about red flags. However, it's ticking stuff I've just ran through. So we're just going to get through it. So sky high prices with zero understanding of what exactly is going on. Vague language like introduction. As I said, learn what they mean. Boring copy-paste profiles. Ask to see some profiles. You will know if it's templated or not. It's very fluffy and very nice. Such a lovely person. Or now you have AI, which I wouldn't mind as much, but I would hope that person would fully know you or has personality tested you or asked you a lot of questions before they even asked AI to generate a profile on you. Again, I really value, and I hold that in my company, the human approach to this, because we are humans wanting human relationships. No evidence or verifiable testimonies. So Google, I know everyone can copy and paste, it's so difficult, but you can read if it's been wrote by, you can pick up a vibe, read testimonies, Google them, see their reviews, check them out like you would if you're about to date someone. And if there is any pressure, so exactly like a typical desperate sales attempt, if there is any pressure to like sign up now and not give you a chance to think about this, please like see that as a bit of a red flag. 15 minutes and I have ran through everything. Guys, for me, like, even though I may be pulling away from coaching slightly and pulling away from hosting single nights for the time being, I'm still going to be in the know, and I will continue to make sure that you are helped in some sort of way and you take something away and you're not fooled, because it is hard enough, and I understand that. I understand how difficult it is to find love or even find someone to date now. And you don't need it made harder. And especially by people claiming to be a dating coach like myself. So anything that I find, or if you bring me stuff, I'm going to talk about and geek out about, okay? I'll geek out. I love it. I am jumping into Am I the A-hole? Because we can, and I've made it random. I've just like got some, I just said to people, just give me random ones to do with dating. Let's go. I went on 3 dates with someone and it was fine, but I just wasn't feeling the spark. This is a typical one. Instead of telling them directly, I quietly stopped replying. Problem is, I forgot we are both in the same friendship group chat, and now they are calling me out in front of everyone for ghosting. Am I the a-hole for protecting my own comfort instead of being upfront, even if that means embarrassing them later? I know my listeners. Yes, you are the a-hole. Yes, we like to fluff it up and word this and protect ourselves by saying, I don't want to embarrass them, I don't want them to feel bad. No, you are the a-hole if you are unable to take accountability for how you feel and say that. Yes, next. I redid my dating profile and tried to be brutally honest. Like, I admitted I hate small talk, I don't want kids, and I prefer staying in most weekends. My mates reckon I've basically self-sabotaged and no one will swipe right. I say I'd rather filter people out early than fake it. Am I the a-hole for being too blunt about who I am online? For me, I like this. If you don't want children, say that. Yes. The thing with dating profiles, and I've had this conversation a lot this week, is that we didn't use them correctly. And I'm not saying I hate small talk, because that's not handy. That's what we've got to do on dating apps, is have small talk. It's such BS, but we do it. So saying that in your bio, probably not the best thing. Or you can say it and fluff it up a little bit, because you are meant to be selling yourself on these apps. And it's sad because they're dead, as we spoke about. Some of them are brilliant. Some of them coming out now are fantastic. But I don't think you're the a-hole. I think you can, saying you prefer to stay in most weekends. I know so many women that would prefer to stay in most weekends. So again, I think being honest and direct and not lying and not pretending to be something to tick a box. I'm so outdoorsy, I go on walks all the time. And you're not that person. You're setting yourself up to fail. So no, I'm going to say you're not the a-hole. Please let me know though, guys. Let me know. That is the end of today's episode. And I hope you are able to take something away, even if it's just the content that you hear. Please check out the people you were listening to, and see what people have wrote about them, including myself. Please, there is a Google business profile. My website is currently undergoing a process, and I just feel that you can make your life easier, yes, by getting help with something you're not good at, but also by choosing the right help. And that's why I'm here. And as I said, this was also you guys are aware of what's going on and how big and how financially massive this is. Yeah, again, thank you everyone for being a part of this. It's funny because we talk about it. I talk about it with my friends and family about how I want a community. I want to build a community of people. And I feel like I've been like kind of in between where my people are. And today I was reminded that from doing this and making YouTube podcast content and posting it in different platforms like TikTok, etc., that like I'm finding my community. So thank you. And I'll see you next week. Please also, any questions, anything I can help with. I joke, but I may start up an agency just to take down the agencies and try and get people's money back. I seem to be good at it. So anything like that, anytime people want to help, give me a shout. Have a good evening. Bye.